Good evening, everyone. Happy Saturday. Welcome to a new episode of the Right Info Podcast Show with your host, Antoine. Hope everybody's having a great day on this Saturday, June 1st, 2024. New month, new experiences, new thoughts, new ideas, new hopes, and everything else that's hopeful for the first month of June. And hope everybody's doing good on this Saturday evening. I wish I'd have went out today, but since it rained all day and all afternoon and all evening, I didn't go out. I just stayed home, relaxed, had some breakfast, a little lunch, listened to some music, read some books, looked over some blogs or some future blogs that I'm going to be writing up, and my podcast, which I'm delivering right now. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody will feel real nice and great during the new month. We got summer coming up. Excuse that notification tone. I meant to turn the notification tone button off, but if you hear that, just don't pay it no attention, because I will be having music played through the podcast after I'm done with it. So let's get started. Tonight's topic on the Right Info Podcast Show will be dealing with the social problems and policy, youth unemployment, and mental health. Now, in the history of the United States, the federal and state governments have been at the forefront of facilitating effective social programs to assure the citizens to achieve the necessary basic social life that they need and they so rightfully deserve. There are several programs directed to the communities to promote the economic growth and development of the people across the country. However, despite the contribution of the governments in enhancing the livelihood of the communities, various social issues such as prostitution and drug addiction have remained, a big thing, a pain, a constant sin, if you want to call it that, over the years. Many people are victims of these social problems, excluding adolescents, making them unable to, achieve their full potential. Some individuals have proposed various solutions to prevent the issues, such as legalization and the practices of imposing adequate regulations. The legalization of drugs, that some has been going on for quite some time now. We have, like, example, the legalization of marijuana, but it's used as a medical solution. There are those who use it as a medical solution, and there are those who take advantage of that situation and find themselves in a dire consequence that they can't get themselves out of. Now, cases of prostitution in the country are facilitated by the growing income inequality of society. Now, the majority of individuals who are engaging in these acts are promoted by or just prompted by the need to achieve livelihood. Similarly, during addiction is influenced by the inequality, the inability of the users to meet their social welfare. Due to the lack of income and other reliable sources of employment, most people become depressed and offer substance abuse as means of relieving themselves from the related stress that they go through in life, no matter what it is, whether that stress is large, medium, or small. To address the mentioned social problems, the government should implement a compulsory paid internship policy. That sounds like a good thing to do, not a bad idea. But in other words, the authorities must ensure the companies and other well-established business organizations in the country to provide, work programs that absorb graduates and other eligible job seekers. The policy will allow the majority of individuals to secure employment, not unemployment. I apologize. They're unemployed looking for employment and earn basic income. The less fortunate people, including women, will be able to provide for themselves and their families, hence limiting their engagement in prostitution and drug use. Now, a majority of the situations that we have here in America and probably other countries around the world, it deals with youth, adolescents. Not all youth, but there are some who's going down a path that they should not be going down, or not heeding the advice of those who not going through it. But those who have been through it, they can let them know that that path is not a path to travel. Drug use, prostitution, those sort of things can lead to not only a bad future, but a future that you may not be able to see permanently if whether you're in a hospital, if it hospitalizes you, or it might wind up putting you 6 feet under. So there are programs out here for those who need help for drug abuse, drug addiction, prostitution, that sort of thing. You don't have to lead that life. That's not a good life. That type of life can lead you to an early grave, and the earlier the better, and nobody do not want that. You definitely don't want that. So the city, state, county, federal programs have those sort of things. This blog touches on this issue that has been around for so many years, and there are some solutions, but most of the solutions that are found, they either work halfway, or you have to tinker with them so they can work better, or they just don't work at all. You just got to keep trying at it. Nobody wants their adolescent son or daughter being addicted to drugs, or going into prostitution, that sort of thing, because it leads you down a path that you don't want to go down. It's either by following someone who doing it, or full peer pressure. There's peer pressure in the world through adolescence. I've experienced peer pressure, but I was strong enough not to go through that pressure, not to do those things, not to follow by example. Any example that I follow my own, right or wrong. I mean, if you're at a certain age, you should know right and wrong, no matter what. Whether you're like 18, which is an adult age in Illinois, up to all the way to full adulthood, which you should know better not to engage that type of situation. There are people that I have known who have experienced drug use, drug abuse. Now, I don't know anything about prostitution, so I've never experienced anybody or known anybody who've done that before, so I don't know. And they went through the problems. They tried to get them some help. They did go get them help. People that I knew went and got them help. They cleaned themselves up, got better, got their priorities straight, got their issues all set, and knew what they was doing, and had a full step-by-step plan on what to do, how to get there, and the effects that it'll have on them in the future. So that pressure of doing something, as far as going into those situations, can be in a sense made, how can I put it, in a way that you don't want to see yourself down the road looking into a mirror. Let's say you're 18, 25 years old, and you're looking in a mirror and you see yourself 15, 25 years later. You're looking like a complete wreck. But then, like I said, there are programs out there that can help with those type of situations. You just got to have the will, the strength, the energy, and the mindset to get yourself into it. Check yourself into it. Everything in life takes one day at a time. Just take it step by step, and at the end of the day, you feel better. It may not be comfortable at the beginning because of the strenuous work that you got to put in, the time you got to put in, and the people who's running the programs, depending on how they are and how they run those programs, how they see how you're doing, they checking your situation, if you're going to go through this, if you're going to be okay. But like I said, at the end of the day, you'll feel like a new man or woman. Just take it easy. Just know, if you're in that situation, just know that you're loved. Nobody turns their back. Nobody would turn their back on you, or you would feel that they're turning your back on you. Like I said, there's places to go to where you can get those situations, especially if you're young and you haven't had the guidance that you so need to go through what you're going through. it's people out there that can help you through that stuff, help you through getting through whatever that you have to get through. I'm not rushing this podcast. I'm just had very much of a relaxful yet busy day because I had a little business to take care of. Not to get off the topic, so don't. If you all feel that I'm being fast-winded, don't, because I've had somewhat of a trying what day. Even though I relaxed today, and today is Saturday, I didn't have to work at all. But yeah, like I said, just do what you can. Anybody who's listening to this podcast, you can be a patient, a listener, somebody who knows what to do, knows what to explain, or don't know yet. They're go on the internet, go on social media, check their various programs, go to medical centers, mental health centers, hospitals, wherever you can go. They have stuff that you can look up, see what kind of help you need, you would love to have, or you would like to have in order to get you through the situation. And you'll feel a whole lot better. Like I said before, it's going to take a little time. It's going to be a little patient. Going to be a little strenuous and frustrated. But at the end of the day or whatever, you'll feel great. You'll feel wonderful about it. So, with that being said, I just wanted to give a short little, well, not short, but it was a nice little winding past 11, going on 12 somewhat minute podcast about, the social situations of youth and what they're going through. Just let them know that you're not alone. There's somebody there that should hold you or look you in the eye and say, "Hey, you got this. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. I got you. I'm in your corner." If you're gonna cry, there's a shoulder for you to cry on. If you have a problem, talk it out. Hey, talk it out with me. If you don't want to talk with anybody else, feel free to write something down. Make yourself anonymous. And hey, your secret or whatever be, good with me. This would be the person telling a patient or whatever who's going through whatever situation he or she is going through. So I'm going to end this podcast on a positive note. Hope everybody's doing fine. Hope this podcast reached those who's willing to listen to it. The advice that I gave, the situation that, young people go through, whether you're adolescents or even if you're an adult, it's always good to go seek help for whatever situation so you won't fall into a trap of despair or misery, and it'll lead you down a road to early death, which you definitely don't need. Nobody needs that. Nobody wants that. So I'm going to say goodbye. This is a new episode of the Right Info Podcast Show with your host, Antoine. Hope everybody has a wonderful Saturday evening with this first day of June. And hopefully June will be a great month, with this being Pride Month and Juneteenth and the full official start of summer coming up pretty soon. Y'all have a great evening. I am going to sign off until next time. This is the Right Info Podcast Show with Antoine. You all take care of yourselves. I will be back with another podcast. Take care. Good night. Love you all. Bye-bye.